Ram, pranams to everyone. A warm welcome. Let us start with Guru Vandanam. Gurureva gatir gurumeva bhaje gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave na guroh paramam chishurasmi guroh matirasti gurau mama pahi guru. Dhyanam. Let us meditate upon Lalita Parameshwari for a few seconds. Sinduraruna vigraham trinayanam manikya maulis bhurat taranayaka shekharam smita mukhi mapi navakshoruham पाणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्न चषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिका अरुणाङ्करुणातरङ्गिताक्षी धृतपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अणिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैः अहमित्येव विभावये भवानी ध्यायेत् पद्मासनस्थां विकसितवदनां पद्मपत्रायताक्षीं हेमाभां पीतवस्त्रां करकलितलसद्देम पद्मां वराङ्गी सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तां सततमभयदां भक्तनम्रां भवानीं श्रीविद्यां शान्तमूर्तिं सकलसुरनुतां सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीं सकुङ्कुमविलेपनामलिकचुम्बिकस्तूरिकां समन्दहसिते क्षणां सशरचापपाशाङ्कुशाम् अशेषजनमोहिनीमरुणमाल्यभूषां वरां जपाकुसुमभासुरां जपविधौ स्मरेदम्बिकाम् ॐ श्रीमात्रे नमः। श्रीमाता श्रीमहाराज्ञी श्रीमत्सिंहासनेश्वरी चिदग्निकुण्डसम्भूता देवकार्यसमुद्यता. I will stop the screen share for a minute. Let us go to the new verses, that is 178 onwards. I'll reshare my screen. I think we had stopped at 177th verse in the last class. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, did we do till 80th, 180th verse? Okay, great. Okay. So let us just chant this 178th and 179th. Then I will teach the 181st verse. Sai Shruti or Vibha, you can repeat after me. सुवासिन्यर्चन प्रीता शोभना शुद्धमानसा. Repeat once.
सुवासिन्यर्चन प्रीता शोभना शुद्धमानसा.
बिन्दुतर्पण सन्तुष्टा पूर्वजा त्रिपुराम्बिका.
बिन्दुतर्पण सन्तुष्टा पूर्वजा त्रिपुराम्बिका.
दशमुद्रा समाराध्या त्रिपुरा श्रीवशङ्करी.
दशमुद्रा समाराध्या त्रिपुरा श्रीवशङ्करी.
ज्ञानमुद्रा ज्ञानगम्या ज्ञानज्ञेयस्वरूपिणी.
ज्ञानमुद्रा ज्ञानगम्या ज्ञानज्ञेयस्वरूपिणी.
योनिमुद्रा त्रिखण्डेशी त्रिगुणाम्बा त्रिकोणगा.
योनिमुद्रा त्रिखण्डेशी त्रिगुणाम्बा त्रिकोणगा.
अनघाद्भुतचारित्रा वाञ्छितार्थप्रदायिनी.
अनघाद्भुतचारित्रा वाञ्छितार्थप्रदायिनी.
So let us move to the 181st verse. अभ्यासातिशयज्ञाता षडध्वातीतरूपिणी अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिरज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिका. अभ्यास भ is a mahaprana. अभ्यासातिशयज्ञाता षडध्वातीतरूपिणी षण्मुख क्षम्यता. Think I moved the screen. Shadadvatita, dha is a mahaprana. Shadadvatita rupini. Avyaja karuna murti rajnana dhvanta deepika. Dhvanta in this dha is a mahaprana. Abhyasatishayajnata.
अभ्यासातिशयज्ञाता अभ्यासातिशयज्ञाता
षडध्वातीतरूपिणी
षडध्वातीतरूपिणी षडध्वातीतरूपिणी
अभ्यासातिशयज्ञाता षडध्वातीतरूपिणी
अभ्यासातिशयज्ञाता षडध्वातीतरूपिणी अभ्यासातिशयज्ञाता षडध्वातीतरूपिणी
अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिः
अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिः अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिः
अज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिका
अज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिका अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिरज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिका
अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिरज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिका
अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिरज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिका अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिरज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिका.
So in the second line, Avyaja Karunamurtihi and Ajnanadhvanta Deepika. Okay, Deepika, Dirgha. So there are two names. Though there are two names, in this case, we are not taking a pause. We are going to chant this continuously. I will chant the whole verse now. Abhyasatishayajnata षडध्वातीतरूपिणी अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिरज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिका
अभ्यासातिशयज्ञाता षडध्वातीतरूपिणी अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिरज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिका अभ्यासातिशयज्ञाता षडध्वातीतरूपिणी अव्याजकरुणामूर्तिरज्ञानध्वान्तदीपिका.
Tamam. So as you are aware now, there are two names in the first line and two names in the second line. The second line, please note that Avyaja Karunamurtihi is one name and Ajnana Dhvanta Deepika is another name. So let's move to the 182nd verse. Abala Gopa Vidita Sarvanullangya Shasana Abala Gopa Vidita Sarvanullangya. So we have L and L, Sarvanullangya. Gha is a Mahaprana. Then Sri Chakra Raja Nilaya Srimat Tripura Sundari. Srimat Tripura Sundari. Abala Gopa Vidita
आबालगोपविदिता आबालगोपविदिता
सर्वानुल्लङ्घ्य शासना
सर्वानुल्लङ्घ्य शासना सर्वानुल्लङ्घ्य शासना
आबालगोपविदिता सर्वानुल्लङ्घ्य शासना
आबालगोपविदिता सर्वानुल्लङ्घ्य शासना आबालगोपविदिता सर्वानुल्लङ्घ्य शासना
श्रीचक्रराजनिलया
श्रीचक्रराजनिलया श्रीचक्रराजनिलया
श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी
श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी
श्रीचक्रराजनिलया श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी
श्रीचक्रराजनिलया श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी श्रीचक्रराजनिलया श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी
आबालगोपविदिता सर्वानुल्लङ्घ्य शासना श्रीचक्रराजनिलया श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी
आबालगोपविदिता सर्वानुल्लङ्घ्य शासना श्रीचक्रराजनिलया श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी आबालगोपविदिता सर्वानुल्लङ्घ्य शासना श्रीचक्रराजनिलया श्रीमत्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी.
So we have four names in this: Abala Gopa Vidita, Abala Gopa Vidita, and then Sarvan Ullanghya Shasana. Then in the second line we have Sri Chakra Raja Nilaya and Srimat Tripura Sundari. Four names in this verse. So apart from this, we have 183rd verse and we have the conclusion. So the last verse and the conclusion line will be done in the last class, which will be in the next week. We will send out a communication to you. Please keep a watch on your email. It will be either on Friday or Saturday. So you will get a communication on your mail. So let me take you to the Nyasa, that is the first part. So this is what we, after we do the Guru Reva Gatihi or Shri Guru Namaha or whatever the Guru Shloka that you want to chant, the next thing we will do is the Nyasa, Nyasaha. So whenever we do the complete Sahasranama, we will chant this Nyasa and then we will start the Dhyana Shlokas. So we had not done the Nyasaha because we were not chanting the complete Sahasranama. However, given that we are reaching the conclusion of the class, today I will teach this Nyasaha. And please remember, so whenever you're chanting the Sahasranama, you can start with this Nyasaha and then the Dhyana Shlokas. Some texts provide only one Dhyana Shloka. Some texts provide 5 Dhyana Shlokas. So we have tried to cover all the Dhyana Shlokas that is there for Lalita Sahasranama. But many texts have only the first one, which is the Sindhuraruna Vigraha. So let me just teach the Nyasaha. Sai Shruti, you can repeat after me twice. Om Asya Shri
ॐ अस्य श्री
Lalita Sahasranama Stotramala Mahamantrasya
अस्य श्रीललिता स्तोत्रमहामन्त्रस्य
Asya Shri Lalita Sahasranama Stotramala Mahamantrasya
अस्य श्रीललिता सहस्रनामस्तोत्रमाला महामन्त्रस्य
twice.
अस्य श्रीललिता सहस्रनामस्तोत्रमाला महामन्त्रस्य
Vashinyadivagdevata Rishayah
वशिन्यादिवाग्देवता ऋषयः वशिन्यादिवाग्देवता ऋषयः
अनुष्टुप् छन्दः
अनुष्टुप् छन्दः अनुष्टुप् छन्दः
श्रीललिता परमेश्वरी देवता
श्रीललिता परमेश्वरी देवता श्रीललिता परमेश्वरी देवता
श्रीमद्वाग्भवकूटेति बीजम्
श्रीमद्वाग्भवकूटेति बीजम् श्रीमद्वाग्भवकूटेति बीजम्
मध्यकूटेति शक्तिः
मध्यकूटेति शक्तिः मध्यकूटेति शक्तिः
शक्तिकूटेति कीलकम्
शक्तिकूटेति कीलकम् शक्तिकूटेति कीलकम्
मूलप्रकृतिरिति ध्यानम्
मूलप्रकृतिरिति ध्यानम् मूलप्रकृतिरिति ध्यानम्
ॐ मम श्रीललिता महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी
ॐ श्री मम ललिता
ॐ मम श्रीललिता महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी
ॐ मम श्रीललिता त्रिपुरसुन्दरी ॐ मम श्रीललिता त्रिपुरसुन्दरी
ॐ मम श्रीललिता महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी
ॐ मम श्रीललिता महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी ॐ मम श्रीललिता महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी
प्रसादसिद्धिद्वारा
प्रसादसिद्धिद्वारा प्रसादसिद्धिद्वारा
चिन्तितफलावाप्त्यर्थे
चिन्तितफलावाप्त्यर्थे चिन्तितफलावाप्त्यर्थे
So there is a mistake here in the script. So there is a pa here. Chintita phalavaptyarthe, avaptyarthe. So there is a pa before this. The yes.
Ma'am, you haven't shared the screen.
Oh, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Kshamyatam. I'm very sorry. I didn't see the messages also. Very sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. Can you see this now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kshamyatam. There are so many messages. That screen is not shared. I missed it. Apologies. Okay. So here what I was telling was chintita phalavaptyarthe. So there is a small error in the script. There is a p here before this the. So we will correct it and upload it. But for now, please remember to chant the p before this the. Chintita phalavaptyarthe.
चिन्तितफलावाप्त्यर्थे चिन्तितफलावाप्त्यर्थे
Jape viniyogah.
जपे विनियोगः जपे विनियोगः
So let us do it again, once again. You are able to see the screen now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Shruti? Okay. Om Asya Shri Lalita Sahasranama Stotramala Mahamantrasya
ॐ अस्य श्रीललिता सहस्रनाम स्तोत्रमाला महामन्त्रस्य ॐ अस्य श्रीललिता सहस्रनाम स्तोत्रमाला महामन्त्रस्य
Vashinyadivaagdevata Rishayah
वशिन्या देवाग्देवता ऋषयः वशिन्या देवाग्देवता ऋषयः
Anushtup Chandah
अनुष्टुप् छन्दः अनुष्टुप् छन्दः
Shri Lalita Parameshwari Devata
श्रीललिता परमेश्वरी देवता श्रीललिता परमेश्वरी देवता
Srimad-Vagbhava-Kuteti Bijam
श्रीमद्वाग्भवकूटेति बीजम् श्रीमद्वाग्भवकूटेति बीजम्
Madhyakuteti Shaktihi
मध्यकूटेति शक्तिः मध्यकूटेति शक्तिः
Shakti-Kuteti Kilakam
शक्तिकूटेति कीलकम् शक्तिकूटेति कीलकम्
Mula-Prakritiriti Dhyanam
मूलप्रकृतिरिति ध्यानम् मूलप्रकृतिरिति ध्यानम्
Om. In some texts, this mama is not there. It is directly Sri Lalita Maha Tripura Sundari Prasada Siddhi Dwara is there. I think that is the reason Sai Shruti is missing this mama and directly going to Shri. So some texts, some scripts have Om and then Sri Lalita Maha Tripura Sundari Prasada Siddhi Dwara. This mama is not there in some scripts. मम श्री ललिता महात्रिपुर सुंदरी प्रसाद सिद्धि द्वारा
श्रीललितात्महा त्रिपुरसुन्दरी श्रीललिता महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी प्रसादसिद्धिद्वारा श्रीललिता महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी प्रसादसिद्धिद्वारा
चिंतित फलावाप्त्यर्थे
चिन्तितफलावाप्त्यर्थे चिन्तितफलावाप्त्यर्थे
जपे विनियोगः
जपे विनियोगः जपे विनियोगः.
So this is the nyasa which is generally done before we start the chanting of the Sahasranamas, Lalita Sahasranama. So in this, just to highlight, in the first line, Rishayaha, Sha is a Shanmukha Sha. In the second line, Anushtup, again Shanmukha Sha and Alpa Prana Ta. And Chandaha, Mahaprana Cha. And we have Srimad Vagbhava. Here, Bha is a Mahaprana. Then in Madhya Kuteti, Dha is a Mahaprana. And in Dhyanam, Mula Prakruti Riti Dhyanam, Dha is a Mahaprana. In the next part, Sri Lalita Maha Tripura Sundari Prasada siddhidwara, siddhi, alpa pranada and mahapranadha. In chintita phalavaptyarthe, so we have pa mahaprana, and then we have last letter tha also mahaprana, chape viniyogaha. So just to give you the structure, we will first chant the nyasaha and then the dhyana shlokas, and then we will start the Sahasranama after saying Shri Hayagriva Uvacha. When we are doing the complete Parayana, this is the structure we follow. We will chant Shri Hayagriva Uvacha and then start with the Shri Mata Shri Maharani. And as I said, after the 183rd shloka, there is an ending bit also that I'll be teaching on the last day of the class after I teach the 183rd verse. So please, if you have any questions, please put it on the chat window. I will try to answer it now itself. Why last class 183? Okay. So the last class is generally the Samarpanam, the final class. So we always do the Samarpanam and the Mangalam. So I'm just having that last one class for the last verse. So I hope there is no problem for you people on that. Then Purnachandra Mahodaya, yes, all the Dhyana Shlokas is already being taught. It was not taught in the first few classes. First class we chanted only Sindhur Aruna Vigraha, but over a period of time in between we covered all the 5 Dhyana Shlokas. So, and even in the live Parayana, there is a recording of the complete Sahasranama starting from Nyasaha. Then we have all the 5 Dhyana Shlokas and the ending bit also. So if you remember, we had a live complete Lalita Sahasranama Parayanam on the Lalita Panchami day. That recording should be there on the YouTube also. So you can always listen to that and refer to know the structure again. The script is already there on the course page with all this nyasaha and the ending bit, so you can look at it. Yes, there are some books which has a slightly different nyasaha. Like I said, in some cases that mama is not there. However, I suggest you can follow the script for the nyasaha and dhyana shloka also. Assessment. When is the assessment? There is a question. The assessment dates are going to be announced on the day of the last class. You will have sufficient time to practice before the assessment. So it will not be on the last day or not immediately after the last class. You will have some time for practice. So we will announce that probably in the coming week itself. The last recording of the previous class, I will check and ask the team to upload the recording. Okay. So why Lalita Parameshwari called as Devata, not Devi? Let me just go back to the. Okay. Sri Lalita Parameshwari Devi is also correct. Sri Lalita Parameshwari Devata is also correct. So in other places, you might have seen reference to her as Devi. In this particular Nyasaha, it is Devata. So it is not that she is not called as Devi. She is definitely called as Devi also. Just that in this Nyasaha, we have Devata. Nyasaha is something generally which is, it is like what do you say? When you go to the when you start anything, a mantra, basically, Lalita Sahasranama Stotram is a very powerful mantra. So before the mantra, you might have seen in many other stotrams and mantras, there will be nyasa part, which is done. So that is what is the nyasa. For each mantra, there will be a different nyasa. In fact, there could be, if you are doing a Saptashati Parayana and other things, there is a very even more longer nyasaha. So nyasa is nothing but what you do, where you do the dhyana, and where you where the before any mantra it is chanted. That is what is the nyasa. So what is the difference in pronunciation between hra and hr? Hra is ha plus the ra vyanjana. Ha plus ra is the hra. Hru is ha plus the swara r. So that is the difference, hra and hru. There is a question from Chaya Bagini on that. Okay, let me go to the Dhyana Shloka. Okay, let me just. Okay, so here Sinduraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Mauli Spuratu. There is a question, so I'm just trying to answer. So in this case, Sinduraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikya Mauli Spuratu. So if I'm taking a pause after Vigraham, I will chant the Anuswara. Sinduraruna Vigraham Trinayanam, like this. If I'm not taking a chant after Vigraham, taking a pause after Vigraham and taking a pause after Trinayanam, in that case, Sinduraruna Vigrahan Trinayanam. That is because we follow the Varga Panchama. That is, if we have after the Anuswara, if we have Varga Panchama, ta is there, then the Anuswara gets replaced by the fifth letter of that particular Varga. So in this case, Tavarga, the fifth letter is Na. So Sinduraruna Vigrahan Trinayana. That is how it is. However, if you see, for example, Panibhyamalipurna Ratna Chashakam Raktotpalam Bibhrati. So this rule is applicable for Vargiya Vyanjana. So Ra is not a Vargiya, it is a Avargiya Vyanjana. So I'm chanting the complete Anuswara in this case. But again, if I come to the fourth line, I can chant this as Saumyam Ratna Ghatastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Paramambika, which is without taking a pause. So the Anuswara followed by dha comes in Tavarga, and fifth letter of Tavarga is Na. So Anuswara gets replaced by Na. But if I'm taking a pause, Saumyam Ratna Ghatastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Paramambika. So in this case, I chant the complete Anuswara. So Pavana Bhagini, hope this is clarified for you. Okay. Participant chanting session is not yet completed. After this, I will call out the names. Tomorrow also, we'll be having a participant chanting session. There is a question on that, so I'll just answer that. So we have how many dhyana shlokas are there? Sindur Aruna Vigraham, Arunam Karunatarangitakshim, Dhyayet, and Sakunkuma. So there are 4 dhyana shlokas, and we have learned all the 4. However, in some of the texts, in some books, they have only one dhyana shloka, but usually these 4 are what we chant. Okay, let me come back to. So there's another question regarding the same. Tara Nayaka Shekharan and or Shekharam. I think it is clarified now. However, I will just point out again. Where is it? Tara Nayaka Shekharam. So Sa is not a Vargiya Vyanjana. It is a Avargiya Vyanjana. Yara Lava Shasha Saha. So we don't follow the Varga Panchama in this case. Varga Panchama is followed when there is an Anuswara followed by a Vargiya Vyanjana. So Vargiya Vyanjana comes in what? Kavarga, Chavarga, Tavarga, Tavarga and Pavarga. And Yara, Lava, Shasha, Saha are all Avargiya Vyanjanas. So this replacement happens only if there is a Vargiya Vyanjana. I hope it is clarified for you now, Pavana Bhagini. Okay. Is this there is a question, interesting question. Okay. Nyasa like a sankalpam? Yes, you can consider it like a sankalpam. Uma Devi Bhagini is asking this. Who is the? Okay, so let us go to the. There is a request to chant the. Uh, 1 second. Sakunkuma Vilepana Malika. To chant this again. So I will chant this again. सकुङ्कुमविलेपनामलिकचुम्बिकस्तूरिकां समन्दहसिते क्षणां सशरचापपाशाङ्कुशाम् अशेषजनमोहिनीमरुणमाल्यभूषां पराम् जपाकुसुमभासुरां जपविधौ स्मरेदम्बिका. I took a pause after Japa Kusuma Bhasuram. So I chanted the complete Anuswara and then said Japa Vidau. If I'm not taking a pause after this, Japa Kusuma Bhasuram Japa Vidau Smaredambika. So cha cha ja ja nya. So we have this. We have an Anuswara in after that is Bhasuram. We have an Anuswara and then Ja. So if I don't take a pause, the Anuswara will get replaced by the fifth letter of Chavarga. If I take a pause, I chant the complete Anuswara and then chant Japavithau. There is somebody is saying that it is very difficult to remember the Varga Panchama, the last letter. So my humble request to you is, in the initial class there was a session on the alphabets in Samskrita and how Varga Panchama is followed. Please visit that particular session on YouTube or your course page. Go through that. It is very easy. You all would have learned your regional language alphabets. Like k, k, g, g, nya. So that is what is also followed here. Just that you have to remember what comes in the Kavarga end and what comes in the Tavarga, which I'm sure by just practicing couple of times you will be able to get it. So if you have any doubts, please visit that particular session. You can find the recording on the YouTube. When is the final exam? Like I said, will be announced in the next week. Okay, second dhyana shloka, second line. Somebody wants this to be chanted. So even in this case, Arunang Karuna Tarangitakshim. If Arunang Karuna, Ka is there. So fifth letter of Kavarga. So Arunang Karuna Tarangitakshim. So if I don't take a pause after this Tarangitakshim, then Arunang Karuna Tarangitakshim Dhruta. So Dha comes under Tavarga. So last letter of Tavarga is Na. So it will become Tarangitakshim Dhruta. If I take a pause, Tarangitakshim Dhrita. Since these are all very long verses, so I am taking a pause after this Tarangitakshim and chanting the complete Anuswara and continuing with Dhrita. Similarly, in the next line, if you see, Animadibhiravrutam, there is an Anuswara and Ma is there. Ma comes in Pavarga and the last letter of Pavarga is Ma only. So that is why we will be chanting the complete Anuswara like Animadibhiravrutam Mayukhairahamityeva. So there is no difference in this case that you notice. However, let me chant it once. Arunang Karunatarangitakshim Dhritapashankushapushpabanachapam Animadibhiravrutam Mayukhairahamityeva vibhavage bhavani. So I think this is cleared. Okay. There is a request from Prema Bhagini to tell the number of names of Lalitambika from 1 to 20. It's very difficult to tell in today's class. Uh, my request is either you can visit the recordings, you will find what names are there in every shloka, or I will try to cover it in tomorrow's class. Tips for pronunciation. Like I said, please visit the pronunciation tips class. We had done one class initially. We also had done revision and pronunciation tips in between. So please visit both the sessions so you will be able to have a recap or the revision of it. Okay. Then we have, how many vargas are there? Vargiya Vyanjana, 5 vargas. Kavarga, chavarga, tavarga, tavarga, pavarga. Okay. Okay. I think if there are any questions left out, please write it to me on my mail ID. I'm just posting. A couple of you have written. I'm sorry, I have not responded of late due to some emergency issues. I've not been checking my mails regularly. Let me just put my mail ID here for you all, so you can write to me. And whatever is pending, I'll try to respond in the coming week for you. Sandhya.vyoma@gmail.com. I'm just posting it to all of you. So you can write to me on that. Keep in touch also on that. Okay. I posted my mail ID on the chat for everyone. Okay, I'm just quickly checking. Okay, so regarding the conclusion class, so basically the structure of the conclusion class will be like this. We will start a class with the usual Guru Vandanam, Dhyanam, and we will chant first 5 or 10 shlokas, verses, and then I will teach the 183rd verse and also the conclusion part. So which we will be concluding the class on the Lalita Sahasranama class. After which we will have a feedback session wherein you can give your feedback as to what is that you would want to improve about the class, or if you want to give any testimonials, if you have experienced some benefits out of the class, you can talk about it. If you want anything to be included in the future classes, you can also bring that out. So there will be 10 or 15 minutes so in the conclusion class, that which will be in the next week, wherein you will be given time to share your views. So this is how the conclusion class is going to be. Having said that, if you all think that tomorrow we will have a complete practice session. However, if you think you need a another practice session, we will have a conclusion class in the next week. But if you feel you need a practice session after the conclusion class, please write to me on my mail ID. I will set up a special class before the assessment and after the conclusion class, wherein we can have one more practice session for those of you who want to just practice once. Just in case if we are not able to to give opportunity for everyone to chant tomorrow, or if you feel you need an additional class or have questions, so please let me know. I will have a special class after the conclusion, one of the days, where it could be either on Friday or Saturday only, but that will be after the conclusion class. That is after next Friday or Saturday. Just in case if you think you need. So our dhyana shlokas are also included in the evaluation test. Yes, you that also would be included. I don't think we will include nyasaha, but dhyana shlokas would be included. So please practice that too. But main focus will be more on the actual Sahasranama verses. So I've tried to cover most of the questions. So I'll just quickly call out 5 names for chanting practice. So let us do a practice of the Dhyana Shlokas only today, so I can correct few of it. I'll just call out the names. Please raise hands. I will call out very few names only. Bhagyashri Bhagini, would you like to chant Sindur Aruna?
Yes, ma'am. Can I see the screen, ma'am?
You're not able to see? I've
No, I
shared.
can't see the shloka.
Is it not visible for everyone, or is it? Sai Shruti, are you able to see? Others, are you able to
Yes,
see? Can one,
ma'am,
just one of you can.
ma'am, I can see the Nyasa.
Nyasa screen, is it? Okay, let me just stop sharing. I'll share again. Can you see it now?
Yeah, it started.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
okay. You can, yeah.
Okay, should I chant?
Yes, please.
सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहान् त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीमापीनवक्षोरुहाम् पाणिभ्यामलिपूर्णरत्नचषकम् रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीम् सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्.
Uttamam Bhagini.
धन्यवाद. Ma'am, I just want to tell you, last time they have posted the recording of the previous class, and
Yeah. I also noticed. I will check that and ask them to get the latest one
because I was
uploaded.
not able to
I know.
attend last time. Thank you, ma'am.
I will ask the team to upload. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Madhubala,
ma'am.
would you like to try this?
Yeah, ma'am. Arunam karunatarangitakshim drutapaşankuşapuşpabāṇajāpāṃ animādibhiravrutāṃ mayūghai rahamitseva vibhavaye bhavāni.
I'll chant once, you can repeat, but before that,
Yeah.
so Aruna, Karuna is there, Anuswara and Ka, right? So we can chant this as Aruna, Karuna, Tarangitakshi. Can you?
Yeah. Arunam Karunatarangitakshim.
I'll repeat. See, what you're chanting is also correct. Varga Panchama rule is optional, but however, I'm just highlighting. This can also be chanted as Arunang Karuna Tarangitakshi. So this Anuswara is getting replaced by the 5th letter of Kavarga, okay, which is a Nunasika. Arunang Karuna Tarangitakshi.
Arunam Karunatarangitakshim.
Dhrutapashankushpushpabaṇachāpāṃ.
Drutapāsham pushpabaṇachāpāṃ.
Dhrutapashankushpushpabaṇachāpāṃ.
Drutapaşankuṣapuṣpabaṇachāpāṃ.
Okay, here you can take a pause after animadibhiravrutam mayukhaihi if you want and chant ahamityeva. But if you are chanting this together, don't chant this as rahamityeva. There is no word as rahamityeva. Okay, either chant it fully mayukhai rahamityeva, or take a pause and chant a visarga here mayukhaihi ahamityeva. Okay, so because if you are confused as you don't know how to take a pause here, if you do not remember, then take a small pause after this avrutam, like animadibhiravrutam मयूखैरहमित्येव विभावये भवानी. Can you chant?
अणिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैरहमिस्सेव विभावये.
Rahamityeva. Ta and ye. Rahamityeva. Ahamityeva.
अणिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैरहमित्सेव विभावये भवानी.
Correct. This is ta and ya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyawad.
Amruta Bhagini, chant the same verse again, please.
Namaskaram, ma'am.
Namaskaram.
Arunang karunatarangitaksheen dhritapashang kushapushpabanachapam animadibhiravritam mayukhairahamityeva vibhavaye bhavani.
This na, I don't know if I couldn't hear, or did you say na or na?
Arni, I said Arni, ma'am. Na.
Okay. Na is correct. Ta, tha, da, dha, na.
Okay.
Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sarita Garbhagini, can you chant this?
ध्यायेत् पद्मासनस्थां विकसितवदनां पद्मपत्रायताक्षीं हेमाभां पीतवस्त्रां करकलितलसद्धेम पद्माम्बराङ्गीं सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तां सततमभयदां भक्तनम्रां भवानीं श्रीविद्यां शान्तमूर्तिं सकलसुरनुतां सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीं.
Dhanyavadaha. Meghana Govind Bhagini.
Ram Ram Ram.
Ram Ram Ram.
सकुङ्कुमविलेपनामलिकचुम्बिकस्तूरिकां समन्दहसिते क्षणां सशरचापपाशाङ्कुशाम् अशेषजनमोहिनी अरुणमाल्यभूषाम्बरां जपाकुसुमभासुरां जपविधौ स्मरेदम्बिकाम्.
Tamam. In the third line, Meghana, Ashesha Janamohini ma is there, okay? So, Ashesha Janamohini Marunamalya Bhushambaram. Can you chant?
अशेषजनमोहिनी मरुणमाल्यभूषाम्बराम्.
Very good. Dhanyavadaha. So we'll stop here. Tomorrow will be a complete practice session. Please ensure that to join, because when others are chanting also, we understand certain things which maybe some mistakes or what corrections we need to do. So please join and practice. Tomorrow will be completely practice session. And I'll see if I can also talk about, there is a question on what are the benefits of chanting Lalita Sahasranama. I'll see if I can spend a few minutes on the benefits, as well as if I could take any of the one name, and if we can talk about the meaning of that particular name. Like I said earlier, next week will be the conclusion class. The actual date, whether it will be on a Friday or a Saturday, I will either announce it tomorrow, or we will get a mail in the next week about that. And after which you will have sufficient time to practice for the assessment. And in the conclusion class, we will be covering the last verse and the concluding bit, the last part. And we will also be taking feedback on what is your experience. Did you experience anything which will be divine while you learned were learning Lalita Sahasranama, or if you have any feedback for improvements, whatever experiences you want to share. So this is how it's going to be. Let us do the Mangalam now. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके देवी नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते. Pranams to everyone. If you have any questions, please reach out to me this week on my email ID sandhya.vyoma@gmail.com so that I'll be able to respond to you on whatever doubts you have before the assessments itself. Dhanyavada.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.